Have you ever thought about how life is movement and movement is life? Everything's moving the whole time. And if there was no movement, there'd be no life. Our breath comes in and goes out. Blood flows through our veins. The rivers flow through the landscape. Without movement, there is no life. There would be no life at all. But have you noticed how movement has a place within a bigger picture? It's part of a cycle, so that the change is not just random. Take our breath, for instance. Our breath comes out, our breath comes in. Within the change, over time, we notice there's a rhythm, there's a cycle. Our hearts beat, changing the whole time. One beat, another beat, change and change. But within the change, over time, there's a rhythm, there's a pattern, there's a cycle. And this is the Tai Chi. The Tai Chi is the yin-yang sign, the yin-yang symbol, which represents continual change, ongoing change, and within it, a sense of equilibrium, a sense of balance, a sense of rhythm and harmony. In Tai Chi, this is known as natural way, which simply recognizes the cycles, the rhythms. And in Tai Chi, we go with a cycle, we go with a rhythm, rather than using force to try and make something happen at the wrong time. You don't plant your carrots in winter because they won't grow. You wait for the right time, you wait for the spring. This is a natural way. So Tai Chi is a comprehensive system of movement. It's an exercise practice that's specifically designed for all-round human health. And it's based on these principles of rhythm, of change, of natural way. It's also based on the notion that soft is strong, that flexible is strong. And this notion turned my world upside down when I started Tai Chi about 30 years ago. If we take our mouth as an example, in our mouth we have teeth and we have a tongue. And at the end of the day, and I mean at the end of the day, on our deathbed, what's going to be in good condition in our mouth? The chances are our teeth will have deteriorated considerably. The chances are that our tongue is in reasonable condition. So soft is strong. And I have a good friend who has an excellent analogy on this, which is that if you take a brick and a sledgehammer and you whack the brick with the sledgehammer, we all know what's going to happen. The brick's going to crumble. Now, if you replace that brick with a sponge, what's going to happen? Soft is strong. Tai Chi has its roots very firmly bedded in Chinese culture, in ancient Chinese culture. And today, however, it's enjoyed worldwide by many different types of people. It's a vehicle for personal transformation. Tai Chi is a place where psychology, physiology, and philosophy all come together. They all blend together to create a unique experience for each individual person. Whatever your reasons are for learning Tai Chi, you'll find that right at the very heart of Tai Chi is the practice of the Tai Chi form. Not specifically this one. Any Tai Chi form lies at the very heart of Tai Chi. And that's what this DVD is all about. It's helping you learn a Tai Chi form, and specifically the Chen Man Ching form. The Tai Chi form really is the foundation for all aspects of the art, because it gives you an all-round and excellent physical health training. It gives you training in mindfulness, and if you so wish, it gives you a martial arts training. And once you know the Tai Chi form, or even just 2 or 3 postures, you then have a friend for life. You have something that you can play indoors, outdoors in the landscape. You can play it alone. You can meet up with friends. You have something that is going to serve you well for as long as you live. When we're actually playing the Tai Chi form, it's a process of embodiment. We actually embody the principles of change, of rhythm, of natural way. We embody open and close. We embody full and empty. we experience yin and yang. We experience central balance or central equilibrium. We learn to make friends with gravity. We learn to tap into our natural strength by aligning well, relaxing, and using the strength in our legs rather than in our upper body. And of course, we embody softness, the idea of softness, the idea of yielding, the idea of flexibility as we play the form. So the postures have this characteristic flowing, soft nature or feel to them. And we employ the notion that soft is strong. So soft and relaxing the whole time, really important. We're unusual in the animal kingdom to have an upright stance, and in Tai Chi we make the most of this. Dr. Chi used to speak of 3 key words: upright, comfortable, and relaxed. What this does is it connects us within ourselves, head to body to legs to feet. It also connects us through our feet with gravity into the ground, into the earth, and up through our spine, through the top of our head, up into the sky, up into the heavens. So we're connected on a larger scale between heaven and earth. Playing the Tai Chi is a bit like plugging into life itself. The form also connects us with the horizontal, and as we play the form, we play out the link between the vertical and horizontal in a continual cycle of receiving and giving, receiving and giving. We move slowly when we play the Tai Chi, and the main reason for this is so that the deep muscles of the body get exercised. When we move slowly, the deep muscles get the blood, get the refreshment, get the oxygen. If we move quickly, this simply doesn't happen in the same way. Moving slowly also goes hand in hand with deeper levels of relaxation. It's easier to relax if we're going slow. As we move slowly, we breathe into our shoulders and relax our shoulders so we can begin to let go of uptightness. This helps with our circulation, but it also helps with a frame of mind, a calmer frame of mind. As we relax the shoulders, there's a sense of letting go, and then we're able to become present in the moment and more relaxed. There are many different styles of Tai Chi and many different forms and different types of forms, and it really doesn't matter which style or form you practice, so long as you enjoy it and so long as you get a lot from it. This style is the Cheng Man Ching style and the Dr. Chi version of the Cheng Man Ching style. This is the style that I've been brought up with. Dr. Chi was a closed door, what's known as a closed door disciple of Cheng Man Ching. And I was fortunate enough to have studied with Dr. Chi in Vancouver, Canada in 1987. And as a student of Dr. Chi, I'm almost certainly biased in preferring his version of the short form. There's a small but significant difference after separate feet, where each form diverts for just a few postures. The Cheng Man Ching, after separate left foot, does turn and kick with heel, brush, knee, push, another brush, knee, push, and punch downwards. Whereas the Dr. Chi version, after separate left foot, comes into brush, left knee, and push, that goes down into the needles at sea bottom, iron fan, turn, body, chop, and push, and carries on until it joins again with the punch downwards. It's a section out of the long form, and Dr. Chi put it in because he rated it as a section that was particularly good for health. So, what about this DVD? Well, you've got 2 discs, and on this disc you have this introduction. You also have guidelines for practice. Now, this section on guidelines for practice is well worth visiting and revisiting time and again, as and when you feel inspired to go and check up on the basic principles. Well worth going back to again and again. We also have a section on stances, which introduces you to the 6 basic stances of this style of Tai Chi, of this form. You've got also 4 complete run-throughs of the short form. You've got 2 of Dr. Chi version and 2 of Cheng Man Ching version, one shot from behind and one shot from in front. And on the other disc, you have the specific detail for each posture. That's where you can learn bit by bit each posture and begin to put them together in sequence. I name the directions, and this is on the basis that the player starts and finishes the form facing north. Now, don't think you have to actually face north. You don't have to get your compass out. This is purely a set of reference points for your understanding of the directions in the form. So when you click on a chapter, you'll see the posture name coming up, and you'll see that the posture is shown to you from the front, and you'll see it played through 3 times. And what I recommend is that you just watch, you just look for this. And then it's shot from behind, and this is what I call the player's position. And this is when it's a good idea for you to join in and try it out, try the moves at the same time, as if we're in class together. You'll also notice that there are smaller viewing boxes which come in now and again. They show you detail of what the hands are up to, or what the feet are up to, or simply from a slightly different angle. And hopefully, bit by bit, you can put the whole story together. Good luck with it, and I hope you really enjoy this learning process in Tai Chi. And remember that any dedicated time you put into your practice will undoubtedly reward you well. It will pay you back.